in this agreement. He says class sizes will be reduced, special ed caseloads will be lowered, teachers will be eligible for lifetime health care coverage, and the district and the FTA have agreed to raise salaries to a point they were both comfortable with.
Our teachers return to the classroom tomorrow rather than standing on a picket line, knowing that we are charting a different course together.
There's a good reason that there hasn't been a strike in Fresno for the last 45 years. It's because strikes are really hard on a community, quite frankly. And clearly this process has not been easy. We know that people have had to make personal decisions that led up to a potential strike. But at this point, we've made a collective commitment to move forward in support of teachers, staff, family members, and students alike.
And following this agreement today, Fresno teachers will still have to vote to confirm it. They'll be doing that tomorrow as Fresno Unified. All Fresno Unified schools will have an early release to give teachers time to, not only review that agreement, but to vote on it. And we'll bring you more as soon as we learn more. Reporting live here in Fresno, Ben Morris, CBS 47 Eyewitness News.
Ben, thank you so much. And we have more information on the deal in later editions of Eyewitness News and on our website at yourcentralvalley.com. Turning now to weather, let's check in with our Anthony Bailey for the latest in the forecast. Anthony, what do you got coming up for us?
Good afternoon, Esteban. It's a really nice start to the day out there. We were a little on the chilly side early this morning, but temperatures are warming up now and a pretty comfortable evening on tap later today as well. Let's start you off right now to look outside. It is our Valley Cam network, and we're taking a look at the Tulare Outlets cam there in the South Valley. Left side of your screen, those flags are calming down a little bit less, of course, breeze blowing there than it was early this morning, but the traffic's still moving along pretty nicely there. Pinpoint Doppler radar for the region showing dry skies for most of the southwest U.S. 68 right now in Fresno, 65 degrees in Los Banos, and 69 down in Porterville with mid-60s in the Shaver area this afternoon as well. We're looking for temperatures, of course, the winds will be a little on the gusty side, and temperatures to top out in the 70s through the drive time home. Stick around, your full forecast is coming up.
Anthony, thanks so much. And the Fresno County District Attorney is now seeking the death penalty against Ureli Solorio. The DA's office says she killed her teenage sister and her sister's infant daughter in September of 2022. Investigators say Ureli's boyfriend, 26-year-old Martin Arroyo Morales, tried to hide the gun Ureli used in the shooting in a field nearby, which was found. The DA says they're not seeking the death penalty against him, just Ureli. When Ureli confessed to the killings, police say she told detectives she killed them out of jealousy. Legal analyst and defense attorney Mark King says it's very unlikely that Solorio will actually be sentenced to death, but he says this announcement may make DA Lisa Smittcamp look tough on crime to voters. Still, he says he understands why she's seeking the death penalty.
It is a particularly heinous crime, killing a family member and the family member's child that's not even 1 year old yet. Killing two people or more at the same time is one of the circumstances that are considered special circumstances that make a crime qualify for the death penalty in California.
Now, Governor Newsom halted the death penalty in 2019. The DA's office says Ureli Solorio will be back in court on December 14th. Fresno County sheriffs have identified a suspect in a deadly shooting at Winton Park. They are looking for 40-year-old Michael Kent of Fresno, as you see there on your screen. They say he also goes by the nickname of Gage. Kent is the suspect in the murder of James Buford. He was found injured back in July and later died. Buford was a custodian caretaker who provided on-site security at Winton Park. Detectives say Michael Kent should be considered armed and dangerous, and anyone who spotted him should call the Fresno County Sheriff's Office right away. In Clovis, police are still searching for two suspects in a deadly shooting near the Clovis Rodeo grounds earlier this month. Back on October 16th, 33-year-old Jose Ruedas was shot and killed at a home near Brookside and Brookfield Drive in Clovis. Detectives say 26-year-old Andres Ramirez was the gunman on the left side of your screen. They say after the shooting, he drove off with his girlfriend, 22-year-old Adriana Velasco. Police say they've been looking for the two ever since, and that Ramirez is a Bulldog gang member. There's no word yet on a motive for the shooting. Anyone with information on the suspects is asked to call Clovis Police. And for breaking news around the clock, download our app or go to our website at yourcentralvalley.com. A fifth hostage has been let go from Hamas this week. Still more than 230 others remain in captivity in Gaza, including 10 Americans. CBS's Ian Lee spoke with a hostage negotiator who has held talks with Hamas in the past.
While Israel fights for every inch in Gaza, the fate of the hostages remains in question. The IDF is hoping for more homecomings like this one. Soldier Ori Megadish was freed in an overnight raid Monday.
The ground action actually creates the possibility, not the certainty, but the possibility of getting our hostages out.
But families fear that pressure could kill their loved ones.
We are afraid for our hostages, our family.
Hamas is still holding 240 people. 3 women recently pleaded for their freedom in a Hamas propaganda video.
Israel did not protect its citizens along the border with Gaza, and it has a moral responsibility to bring them back.
Gershon Baskin negotiated with Hamas to free Israeli soldier Gilad Shalit in 2011. He's still in touch with some of the militants.
When you look at Hamas now versus the Hamas you negotiated with, do you see the same organization?
No. What they did on October 7th, on Black Saturday, in crossing the line, they became a terrorist organization.
So far, Hamas has given up 4 hostages, including 2 Americans and 2 Israeli civilians. Baskin agrees that the current fighting could pressure Hamas to release more.
I think that the limited military incursion that we're seeing now is part of the negotiation.
What incentive does Hamas have to release hostages?
Hamas has very little incentives to release hostages now. They are not yet absorbing the reality that Israel is presenting to them, that they will not exist.
But families of the hostages hope that small incentive is just enough to bring their loved ones home. Ian Lee, CBS News, Jerusalem.
Coming up on Eyewitness News at noon, a Day of the Dead festival begins tomorrow in the Valley. We have all the details you need in order to attend. And too much candy in the house? Well, don't throw it away. We'll tell you how you can turn those sweet treats into cold hard cash on the other side of the break. Stay with us.
According to StopBullying.gov, about 20% of students ages 12 to 18 experience bullying nationwide.
I'm Pastor Joby Jones. We are concerned about the recent rise of bullying and harassment in our schools and communities.
All of our school children, teachers, and administrators deserve respect. Our children are our future leaders and need to be guided and protected.
If you are being bullied, contact the League of United African American Citizens or Stop the Violence Fresno.
No matter what's happening outside with the Lennox Ultimate Comfort System, it's always perfect inside. Not just perfect air, perfectly tuned to your home air, and operates whisper quiet.
The Lennox Ultimate Comfort System. Perfect air, fully realized. Don't you wish everything was perfect? Lennox, air is life. Make it perfect.
Call Donald P. Dick Air Conditioning today.
I'm Sherry.
I'm John. I'm a pharmacist. As we were starting to age, it's like, well, how can we help our cognitive abilities? We saw Prevagen. I did read the clinical study and went ahead and gave it a try. I feel that Prevagen is helping me with overall clarity. And as a pharmacist, I've recommended it to not only just customers, but also to friends and family as a safe product to try.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription.
When you call 800-LAW-3080, there's one thing that matters most, and that's you. The heavy hitters fight for you, and we win for you. Car wreck? Call the Curtis Legal Group. The heavy hitters.
1-800-LAW-3080.
Israel at war.
This is a time for war.
Launching a full-scale ground operation in the Gaza Strip.
Fires burning in the distance.
The hope of everybody is that it doesn't get any larger.
We'll continue to cover it from all angles.
Stay tuned to News Nation.
It's
the CBS Evening News, we focus on solutions, finding solutions to help people understand what are the right choices to make for you and your family.
This is CBS 47 Eyewitness News.
Welcome back. A new business is coming to Fresno. Take a look. Randy's Donuts is moving into the former location of the Bulldog Fan Zone on Shaw and Maple near Fresno State. Posters on the windows say coming soon. The donut chain is well known in Southern California going back to the 1950s. Their giant rooftop donut is one of the most iconic locations in LA. We'll see if they'll have one of those in Fresno. And you could celebrate a Day of the Dead festival in Reedley. The Wake House is teaming up with Sweet Girl Farms to host a Day of the Dead festival tomorrow. Organizers say people will be able to enjoy live mariachi and folklorico dancers, as well as several food trucks and themed cocktails. A community altar will be set up to honor and remember loved ones. The event is free to everyone, and it runs from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. this Wednesday at the Wake House in Reedley. Sounds like fun. It was a frightfully fantastic time at the Pinedale Community Center in Fresno last night. Check this out. This was night 1 of 2 of the Parks and Rec Haunted House event. Organizers say they come out for a good time to take a trip through the house. If you dare, though, you got to be brave. If you missed, you can attend tonight's haunted house. It runs from 6 to 9 at 7170 North San Pablo Avenue in Fresno. And admission, get this, is free. And catch it while you can. There's only one more night for a Halloween light show in Northeast Fresno. Take a listen. Pretty cool. This show is at the River Park Shopping Center, and we spoke with a couple who brought their daughter to come see these lights.
It's her first Halloween. It's my first child, so it's a really good feeling. Yeah, I don't know.
It's pretty cool because the lights are really bright, so she likes to stare at them too.
Oh, that's so sweet. And tonight is the last night for the show. It runs from 5 to 9 in the evening, where there will also be a costume contest. So come best dressed. And more Halloween festivities continue today, this one in Woodward Park. Today, starting at 2 o'clock, there will be a variety of activities for families and their pets to come out and have some spooky fun. There will be face painting, music, a pumpkin decorating contest, a costume contest, and even a parade jam-packed from 4 to 6 p.m. There will be taco trucks and an opportunity to go trick-or-treating as well. And like many of us have, if you have leftover sweet treats you are not planning on eating, the 10th annual Halloween candy buyback event will soon be starting back up. This event begins November 1st, and it runs through the 3rd. Anytime between 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., the Willow Dental Group will be buying back unopened, non-powdered candy in return for cash. Kids can bring their Halloween candy and receive $2 per pound or up to 5 pounds maximum. All candy collected will be donated to Move America Forward, which is a nonprofit organization that sends care packages to U.S. service members and local first responders. There will also be a letter writing station where kids can write thank you notes to send with their candies. That is pretty cool. Coming up on Eyewitness News at noon, a spooky walk through a haunted house in Kingsburg. CBS's Viviana Ivan will take us there. You don't want to miss it. That's next.
And weather-wise, we're locked in the 70s for a few more days this week. I'll walk you through it all coming up. But first, a look at the 4-day allergy forecast brought to you by Boz Allergy.
This season is Hip Hop Halloween on the Jennifer Hudson Show. Just wait and see who I'm gonna be. With Sheila E. Drop a beat. And Coyle Ray.
Today at 3, only on CBS 47.
After a car accident, you might think it's best to wait and see before calling a lawyer. But if you've been injured, wait and see could turn into wait and lose. At Berg Injury Lawyers, we don't believe in wait and see. We believe in fight and win.
Fall allergy season has started with grass and weed pollen and high levels of mold in the air. Air pollution makes allergy symptoms worse. Boz Allergy knows coughing, wheezing, and headaches due to allergies and asthma can mimic cold symptoms. And flu season is starting. Come to Boz Allergy at the first sign of symptoms. Rest assured we'll diagnose and treat you accurately. Stay safe and stay healthy. Contact Boz Allergy today and breathe easier.
So many Medicare plans.
That's why you're comparing all-in-one plans all in one place with eHealth.
Oh, hey.
Based on what we talked about, your doctor,
My pharmacy,
your budget,
my medications.
you have a match.
Whoa. How is all this a free service?
Insurance companies pay us to find you a match.
You really are a Medicare matchmaker.
I'm going to use that.
Thanks for the help.
Call or visit ehealth.com.
It was never supposed to be this way. After a lifetime of hard work, our senior citizens should not be left alone in long-term care. This is why the Ombudsman program at Valley Caregivers is so important. Make a difference. Sign up for the next Ombudsman training class. It could be the most rewarding thing you've ever done. Volunteer today. Call 224-9177 or visit valleycrc.org.
When I got hit by that truck, I wasn't just injured. I was scared and overwhelmed.
If you've been in an accident and suffered a serious injury, you need to get an attorney that will help you get what you deserve.
BD&J got us $3.5 million more than we were offered.
Call BD&J.
Celebrate America and agriculture on My Ag Night, November 2nd.
Hey, it's Jesse Waters from Fox News Channel. I hope to see you at My Ag Night on November 2nd. It's going to be a night you will not want to miss.
The ag community comes together to celebrate and inspire Central California's #1 industry. Tickets are on sale now. Go online to myaglife.com. My Ag Night with Jesse Waters, a JCS Ag Marketing production.
You're watching CBS 47 Eyewitness News.
Now, your CBS 47 pinpoint weather forecast.
Welcome back. I'm Anthony Bailey here with a check of your forecast. After a relatively cool start out there this morning, the sun is out and it's shining bright across the area. Let's give you a live look at this hour. It's our Valley Cam network, and right now we're taking a look at the CBS 47 studio cam with the skies over Fresno. You can see, of course, a few scattered clouds out in the distance. We saw a thicker cloud presence, in fact, across Northern California early this morning, and Doppler radar, of course, in satellite picture showing things are really pretty quiet and clear at this hour for you. No active alerts across our valley, and temperatures, well, they're back in the mild range. Upper 60s in Fresno, the same there for Hanford, and then move over to Lemoore. You're actually into the 70s now. 68 degrees for Los Banos, and 74 as you track north into Mariposa, with upper 60s in Fresno and also into Madera. Visibility had some challenges out along the 180 en route to Sanger there this morning. It's since cleared up across the region, and you can see here we're talking about good air quality from Madera to Merced, and also down to Kalinga. The same for our friends over in Hume Lake, and heading into the Yosemite Valley area there as well. High pressure has kind of dominated the weather along the west coast for a few days now. We're going to be locked into a seasonal weather pattern. 74 was the high on yesterday. 72 is what's normal for this time of year, with the morning lows hovering just below normal. In fact, yesterday they're in the 40s. Sunny skies and mild. It's going to be the theme of the week, folks. We're looking at 70s lasting clear in through the day. Friday with dry skies generally, whereas some long-range models may bring in a few showers into the mountains. It's something we'll keep an eye on between now and Saturday. 75 for today, 78 degrees on the way for your Thursday with Futurecast. You can see it here staying generally pretty quiet across our region. Cloud cover at best really Thursday into Friday, but just not a lot of activity going on until we get to the weekend. Saturday, you can see the models pulling some shower activity into Yosemite and over that Modesto area there, but then it pulls right back out from there. Highs outside of Fresno, low 70s for most of the valley on today. 62 degrees in Shaver and 78 for the Yosemite Valley. Here's a look at what's going on with your extended forecast, where you'll see temperatures peaking at 78 on Thursday and then cooling back to the mid-70s. Mountain forecast at the 5,000-foot mark. We'll see a slight chance of wet weather, showed you there on Futurecast. Temperatures down to 61 degrees by Friday. That's where we'll spend most of the week at.
That's not too bad. You know you're from California when it's 70 and sunny, sort of sunny, and you're still wearing a jacket.
Yeah.
And we're in fall, too.
It is cold now. We've seen some 40s and 50s in the mornings and a few upper 30s, so that's made it very chilly.
Oh, man, that's where you bundle up. You know, that's why I got my thermal on right now.
Hey, good idea. Good idea.
Halloween costume is just sweaters and sweaters, right?
Oh, boy.
No, Anthony, we appreciate it. And a Valley homeowner who was featured on the Today Show last year for her big Halloween display is going even bigger this year.
Yeah, that's right. Our own Viviana Yvonne was at the spooky home in Kingsburg this morning for a look at an elaborate decoration.
That's right, guys. Happy Halloween. I mean, take a look at this house here behind me. If this doesn't get you in the Halloween spirit, I don't know what will. Now, I'm here with the homeowner, Amanda. Go ahead and tell us a little bit about why you decided to go all out like this for Halloween.
Halloween has always been my favorite, and every year it's been getting bigger and bigger. So that's what we sure did this year, was go real big.
And you've been featured on other shows as well. Tell us about that experience.
I'm still weirded out by the fact that I was on the national news, but it was great to put Kingsburg on the map to kind of make sure that other people will start decorating for Halloween, but it didn't really work out very well this year.
Now, I know people stop by and they want to take pictures in front of your house all the time. How many people do you get out here?
I don't know. I lost count a long time ago. It's been nonstop day and night, which weirds me out. I don't know why people want to take pictures during the day. It's better at night. But I guess it's from all the detailed work that I've done and put into this display this year.
Now, how much does something like this cost?
A lot. But, I mean, you really can't put a price on this. I enjoy it. I love creating stuff. So it's just been an ongoing, amazing experience.
Well, I'm sure that could be kind of a tax write-off, right? Just how awesome
maybe,
and for the public it is. You know, people walking up all the time and just saying hi or taking photos.
That's true. It's become a tourist attraction around the area.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Another reason to visit Kingsburg.
There you go. And it's even better that our photographer turned the lights off so we got the full effect, you know, at night as if we were walking through.
Oh, it was.
That was really cool.
They did a great job.
Really cool. They did. They did. Shout out to them. Well, up next on Eyewitness News at noon, candy is a Halloween staple. Any guesses on this year's top favorites? We'll tell you on the other side of the break. Stay with us.
News CBS 4.
We're NCIS. As the SEALs say, the only easy day was yesterday.
Sounds like it's out of country still.
Your team protects U.S. Navy assets in this country.
Murder on the high seas.
NCIS!
This country is something else.
With a great cap comes great responsibility.
NCIS Sydney, Tuesday, November 14th on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
I got hurt in a car accident, but I don't want to spend all day dealing with a lawyer.
We can evaluate your case in as little as 5 minutes.
They settled my case for $215,000.
Call us. We're the Law Brothers.
Call now or visit lawbrothers.com.
Kids grow up before our eyes.
You need help? I get to eyes.
But something can be growing that we don't see. It's what doctors call toxic stress. Learn 4 things you can do to overcome toxic stress at first5california.com.
I struggled with addiction.
I needed help.
I was embarrassed. I needed support that was private and discreet.
I needed First Steps Recovery.
First Steps virtual outpatient program was flexible. A program I could do from home.
A program I felt safe with.
With First Steps, I had a team. I had a community.
I had what I needed to begin the healing process.
I now have what I need to stay on the path.
Call First Steps Recovery today and see what treatment is right for you.
Fresno City College football is on 940 Kino. 14 conference championships since 2000 and a proud tradition of academic excellence. Rams football is sponsored by Fashion Furniture, Valley Remnants and Rolls, Donald P. Dick Heating and Air. Support the sponsors who support Fresno City College football. E.M. Tharp, Fresno Association of Realtors, and FFB Bank. Join Scott Bemis all season long on 50,000 watt 940 KYNO.
In the search for epic bargains, one grocery store will stop at nothing to make sure you save more on the brands you love. Starring Wine and you as the super saver in Bargain Bliss.
Bliss.
Todd, we talked about this.
Better deals are just so epic.
I know, Todd. I know.
Grocery outlet, bargain market.
Finally from us, Halloween is finally here, and that means a new list of the top 10 most popular trick-or-treat candies. And we've got our little Frankenstein pumpkin here to tag along with us to read this list. According to candystore.com, the survey, the top 3 choices are Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, M&M's, and hot tamales.
The controversial candy corn is back on the list as well at number 8. According to the National Retail Federation, Americans are expected to spend over $12 billion on Halloween candy this year.
Oh, with the B, that's a lot. So what's your favorite candy?
I'm a Reese's.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
And I think it works nice for Halloween and Christmas and Easter.
That's a good one, actually. And I wanted to ask you, it's Reese's, right? Because there are some people out there that say Reese's.
I think it depends on what part of the country you live in.
Yeah, I think so, too.
Everybody's kind of got their own little flavor, but it all tastes the same, regardless of where you
right?
live.
It's all the same chocolate, right? And here's our little Frankenstein pumpkin carved by our Chris Clark's wife, Catherine. It's really nice. It's pretty cool. There's even the little scars. There's a lot of really cool
so much detail on there. You got to love it. And great trick-or-treat weather out there, whether you're going to a Halloween party or staying local. 75, of course, for today, and it'll be in the mid to upper 70s through the rest of the week as well.
Pretty perfect Halloween, if you ask me. Thanks so much, Anthony, and thank you. Have a great night and be safe. Happy Halloween.
All around us, events unfolding. Start your day with breaking news from the break of dawn to prepare you for the day ahead. Investigative journalism, pinpoint weather on Eyewitness News this morning.
Are you tired of hearing you'll need a cosigner or maybe next time? Well, not any longer. Onacar presents a No Score, No More Sales event. Some finance companies require a credit score to approve an auto loan, but not all of them and not always. Valley car buyers are getting approved, in some cases, regardless of their credit. At Onacar, we've helped thousands of Valley car buyers get into the car they really want at payments they can afford. Everybody deserves a chance. Get yours during No Score, No More. Onacar, home of the 500 down sales events, one location, Blackstone and Bullard, and at onacar.com.
Hi, I'm Katie. I live in Flagstaff, Arizona. I'm an older student. I'm getting my doctorate in clinical